Little bit of a different style video today. Today we're going to be diving into three of my followers' pages. One of the pages was actually submitted by someone else that's trying to replicate this page. So one of them isn't a follower, but three pages I'm going to go through and audit them live for you guys so you guys can kind of walk through, see my thought process. They can also learn what they're doing, what they can do better, and it's completely free for them, completely free for you guys. So I figured I'd go ahead and do this little different style video, and I want to see if you guys like it. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Today I am auditing three of my followers' pages. We're gonna go through and see what they are doing good, what they could improve on, monetization opportunities, the overall score that I'm going to give them, and then, at the end of the day, guys, don't take it personal. We're all looking to improve. So if I really haven't dove into these pages too much, I just took a quick glance. So, if I rip a page apart or I say you could be doing a lot of things better, don't take it personal. We're all just here to learn. And at the end of the day, you're going to get more out of that than if I just go through and say your page is doing great. So let's get straight into it. So why should you even listen to me? Well, my name's Drew. I took Instagram theme pages full time out of college, currently building up more and more pages as the day goes on. Really, just started to launch a new page today as well. But one of my bigger pages here is Daily Athlete, 260,000 followers. We reach about 30 to 50 million views a month. And then, you can see this page alone makes me thousands of dollars a month. And yeah, I just continue to replicate the process. As you see here, we get paid from the bonus program. We get paid from TikTok. We get paid from, over here again, this is $1,700 in 15 days right here. And then as you see, we do brand deals too. So, 3,500 for a brand deal. So I've helped other people do the same exact thing. So people come to me whether they are looking to grow their Instagram theme page, whether they're looking to monetize their Instagram theme page, whether they have no experience with social media at all, and they just want to start a theme page. I help them with that, help them build digital products as well, whatever they want to do, however they want to monetize their page. And I made my first $10,000 while online through theme pages while in college. And then I took it full time out. Then I took it full time once I graduated, excuse me. So I've also helped scale theme pages from 0 to 100,000, 5,000 followers to 100,000. So yeah, that's what I do. So without further ado, let's get straight into the first page. So Better Wave Finance, let's take a look. So now this is a page that I've taken a look at because me and this guy have had conversations, but let's take a quick look. So first things first, we're going to go with the logo. So this logo right here, right? BW Finance. So I think, overall the colors are good, right? I think we could simplify it a little bit, right? So whether we just take this image here and make that the profile photo, whether we make it this with the BW, that could work as well. I think, having the logo, having this kind of small logo, BW, and then finance underneath it, it's just a lot going on. So I think we can simplify that. As far as Better Wave Finance, investing business stocks, that's solid right there. That's good keywords right there. And this kind of just, the reason I say that about the image right here is because it just kind of looks like it looks more like a business image than, a theme page image. So this looks like something you would see, kind of on like, an online business or maybe a storefront or something. So we can fix that up. You have finance here, that's fine. Number one page for everything finance/business, helping you ride the wave of smarter finance with financial insights and education. So you don't need this right here, helping you ride the wave of smarter. Just put finance with financial insights. I would just keep it financial insights and education. So that's what I would have as your second line right there. And then number one page for everything finance/business. That could be chopped up a little bit better since you are in the business niche. I think number one page for everything is a little more so for like, it works for like Daily Athlete because, it's kind of a more chilled out niche. But when you're really, posting about business things like that, you're going to want to have something a little bit different as this line right here. So overall, solid, solid as far as branding. Like I said, this profile picture could be better, and then the name you're doing fine. Better Wave Finance. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, we don't need growth, right? We don't need a growth tab right here. At the end of the day, people don't care if the account's growing or not. Like, you can take screenshots for yourself. But when you're a business page and then you come here and see Thank you all for 1K, only up from here in 2 different fonts. This is just, it's not good. So don't do that. 10K, yeah, don't do that. Better Wave Finance, Better Wave Finance, simplifying markets, what you'll get, market trends, real company. So you did a decent job here. I understand what you're trying to do here is say exactly what the page is for, right? But you don't really need this, right? Your page is kind of being branded as if you're like a small business, right? So it looks like you're selling some type of service, and maybe that's the goal in the future, but we don't need this right here. And your page looks very AI, right? So these things is obvious, it looks like it's coming from AI, all these images here. So your page right now just looks too AI, right? So we don't want it to look AI-ish. We want it to look professional. So these things right here, Better Wave Finance, like this stuff, it looks too simplified. It looks like it's from AI. So let's kind of fix these things here. Individuals starting their financial journey, people wanting fresh. Like you shouldn't need to explain to people what your content is, right? They should just come to your page and know exactly what your content's about, right? Like if your content should be pulling in individuals starting their financial journey, right? No one's just looking up your page randomly, landing on it, and being like, "Oh, I'm an individual starting my financial journey. Let me join in. Let me follow now." No, your content should be pulling people that are individuals starting their financial journey if that's who you're trying to target. So understand that. Maybe do educational content or something around that's going to pull people that are just starting in their financial journey. Putting this here, it doesn't do anything. So keep that in mind. So here's your most viral video. So it looks like MIT professor, finance is harder than physics. So pulled a video here, did well. Captions decent, right? So trending audio did good here. Let's look at your content now. So you're great at. So your headlines are decent, right? You're doing a good job hooking people in with your headlines, it looks like. So your content, video-wise, I would change this font right here, right? It doesn't look, once again, it looked like I wouldn't have it. I would just have it orange. I wouldn't have this outline here. Your content, it's all, on the right track as far as video-wise. You're not, there's some little things we could be changing. Like, I don't think the font needs to be there. It seems like it's all pulled from kind of movie clips, TV clips. There's not much of a consistency, right? So this is a movie clip, right? This is a Shark Tank clip. This is the other thing is to get this image to be on the front, to get the thumbnail, you don't need to have it in here for a split second. You can post the video, then go through to edit, and then you can actually add an image from your camera roll to make it appear at the front, because you can see it at the beginning. You shouldn't be able to see it at the beginning. But yeah, your content's kind of all over the place, right? Like we have like animations, things like this. It's all kind of around the same topics, right? But at this point in your page, 13,000 followers, you seem to really be on the track of financial insights, right? And education. So I would just try to target all your content around that, right? So really work, like, see, this is, about Elon Musk, stocks, which I know you said stocks here, but let's just try to narrow down the videos a little bit better. As for your graphics, where this font is good. BlackRock just bought 50,000 homes for 300K each, then sold them to themselves for 700K. Decent headline. Once again, we don't want to have this type of, let me move my, we don't want to have this type of, image here. Your logo, it looks like a mixture between a Twitter post and, these photos, once again, are clearly AI generated. It just could be better here. So decent CTA at the end, but that's why these aren't like all your photos and everything are AI. And I don't know if you have an AI bot that's spitting these out, but it could be better. Your headlines are okay. Once again, we don't want to have the great. You can see the split right here in the photos. So overall, I mean, you're on the right track, but it could be better. And I assume you're page is growing decent. We could be growing better though. So we need to kind of hone in on what type of content. Are we having all Shark Tank clips? Are we having all, kind of speaker clips with Elon Musk, things like that? Are we having more like, interview style clips? Like, what are we doing clips wise? Let's keep it consistent. Let's keep it all honed in on a topic. And then for your carousels, we need to fix the images. We need to make sure these are high quality images. Once again, the background is clearly AI. We need to get away from AI and start to create. We can use AI for ideas, but we need to start creating the content ourselves. So overall, we're on the right track. I would give this page probably a 4.5 out of 10. Definitely a lot of room for improvement, but we are on the right track. So let's go ahead and move on to the next page. The next one here is Relentless. And, this guy reached out to me in the DMs, and he has a very, very solid page. So this page, is growing very quickly. So 23,000 followers. I think when we first started talking, he had like 9,000. And that was about a week ago. So when you look at his content, first off, when you look at this, right, verified page, that's solid. That's always going to be solid. Very clean branding. As you see, the look and feel of the page is, very consistent with, kind of a slim fonts, everything. The branding is very good, very good branding. For the ambitious, that's solid as long as the content, aligns with it. And then free guide, sending them straight to a newsletter. So pretty solid. As for the branding, I mean, obviously I assume he's going for relentless. He's kind of just spelled it differently. I think he's just going with his own brand here, Relentless. Very solid altogether, right? Once again, we don't need to have growth, right? But I mean, so we don't need to have growth here. And then for the other highlight, free guide, this is decent right here. Kind of showing kept hopping between sides. So yeah, pushing some type of digital product there. That's decent. So let's look at the carousels. Crazy part is I ain't even in my prime yet. Stick to the plan, not your mood. It's you versus you. Early mornings, late nights, relentless effort over and over again. Can't rush things. So this is like motivational type of content. It looks like these aren't, this one, looks like it's performing decent. So this one, it looks like one of his content pillars is kind of speaking on or picking words and then, what am I looking for? Giving the meaning behind them. Decent. I don't know how these are doing because the likes are hidden, but it looks like we're on the right track. How to fall in love with your life again in 2026. Disappear, focus. So this is like your typical, typical motivational page, right? As far as content wise, it seems like you're on the right track with this. I like the branding. The branding is good. It seems like one thing you could possibly do is it looks like we're going between sports, we're going between money, we're going, like, I think you could really just go with, it looks like you're kind of jumping between what works. I kind of like these types of posts. But yeah, I would kind of stick to like, I don't know, if you're really trying to go for sports, that's one way to do it. But I kind of like these types of posts, right? So, where it's kind of just like the money feel behind it. Your page kind of gives off like, stealthy, like money. So like this, right? These types of photos I feel like are much more your brand than the athletes. And maybe these guys are athletes, but this, I like the look and feel this, so you could kind of get rid of, like, I feel like the Steph Curry one, this messy one doesn't really fit the look and feel of your page, or that's Maradona, doesn't really fit the look and feel of your page. So I would kind of change that. Your carousels definitely could use some work as that's concerned. Your reels, however, let's take a look.
Are told that it's the wrong thing. Trust your gut. Trust your instincts, because that instinct.
So that's the other thing. Your carousels are like athletes. It looks like you have athletes here. Tom Brady.
To be successful at anything, the truth.
So one thing you could add is potentially a headline here. But once again, solid branding, good thumbnail images. That's why these are performing very well. So your reels are really hitting the spot perfect. Um, Captions, I think you could, put the comment guide towards the end unless you're really trying to push the guide. It might get you some more engagement, but overall, you're doing a good job. I think we could, like I said, improve on the carousels. I think the carousels is what's lacking on this page, and that's really where you're going to be able to get most of your sales from. But the way you're doing it, pushing, comment guide on all your reels, that works as well. So overall, this page, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, fix the carousels up, get the carousels going viral, and this page is going to be at 600,000 followers very, very quickly. So good job. Overall, great job there. Let's take a look at this third page, starter ships. Now this is the one that was sent to me by one of my followers, basically saying that they want to kind of replicate this page and they kind of want to see what they could do better. So let's take a look at this page. Overall, starter ship, business tech AI. So, decent right there. The logo here, ST, I mean, I feel like it fits AI tech. It's kind of an AI tech logo. Very simple, very, like you see, on this page, very simple logo. And then this one, it's just a little much going on there. So that's kind of what I was trying to say with that. And there we go. Okay. Into the world of ownership. So yeah, into the world of ownership. I feel like that's a good first line. Check out collections, sneakermumbai.com. I don't know what this is that they're. Okay, so this is a prime example of kind of, I don't know how selling sneakers, is really in line with their niche, but maybe it's working for them. I assume it's not working. Maybe someone paid to have this link here. I'm not sure. I don't know if this is their sneakers or someone paid. I assume someone paid. Definitely could be better monetization wise there. Let's take a look at their content. So people who travel regularly report. So their graphics, as you see here, it's just an image with text, right? So we want to have more things going on, right? We want to have, okay, here they do a better job, things popping out of the screen, things like that. But once again, AI photos, like different, you don't want to have different fonts on every single slide, things like this, right? So like, would a brand want to put their stuff on here? Most likely not, right? It seems very simple and very, low quality. So once again, like Google, they could have done a better job here they just put the same photo twice essentially. Gmail just activated a dangerous 99 new feature and 90% of users have no idea how to turn it off. So once again, Google and then Gmail logo doesn't do any good. No images of faces. When you guys are doing carousels, you guys should have faces on the page as much as possible, because when people are on social media, they're looking for other people's faces. That's, it psychologically makes them look at the page more. This Gmail just activated, like, it's different fonts again, all the same color. You don't want to have different fonts. You want to make sure it stays professional. Really low quality images here. Overall, the carousels could be a lot better. This is like a prime example of carousels that aren't getting the job done. So very just kind of random images that change the way you think about life. So once again, like, this is nothing to do with tech, AI, or business. So this page is a little bit off track here. Once again, if you're going to put an image on the second slide, you need to have your branding around it, or you need to just make it the full screen. Just putting it into like a black box, it doesn't do much for you. And it looks like they're collaborating with another page. There's a lot. Overall, I mean, when you look at the page from like zoomed out, right, everything looks decent, but it could just be better. We're using different fonts, um, things like that. So I think they kind of need to tone down, and get more on technology, AI, things like that. Overall, check out the reels. Yeah, so it's just this page seems, I mean, this is an old video, but just random videos the content is just all over the place, right? They seem to kind of be appealing to everyone. They need to hone in on everything. So Amazon FBA, I don't know what this is. So these just looks like ads for services that they're selling, press. So overall, yeah, just could tone in on or could hone in on, you know, specific parts of kind of what they're targeting, the type of content they're doing. Overall, I would give this page, you know, a 5 out of 10, 5.5 out of 10. It could definitely be better. And this seems like the only post that, you know, did really well. Once again, headline could be better, or the excuse me, the images could be better. You know, this one, it does the job, but overall, lots of things that we could improve on here. So 5 out of 10 on that page. And if you guys are someone that wants, you know, an audit just like this, or potentially is looking to grow their theme page quicker, monetize their page quicker, looking to work with me one-on-one, or have your page audited like this, click the first link in the description below. I am running out of slots for people that I'm working with as I fill up on clients, but understand, you know, you can go ahead, click the link below, apply, and I'll look at your application if I think your page fits, if I think you have a lot of room for improvement, lots of room for monetization potential. Go ahead and apply. I'll get on a call with you, kind of show you all my systems, everything like that. And obviously, you know, you'll get your own personalized audit. I'll be working with you one-on-one, doing calls, everything like that, and helping you get your page to the next level. And if you're just someone that maybe don't want to apply, but you want to learn more, learn kind of behind the scenes on the theme page business, go check out my Instagram at Winning Corner. It's also in the second link in the description, and give me a follow. And if you guys enjoyed this video, or maybe you want your page audited in the future, check out my Instagram, because that's where I posted the information to get pages audited, and these people submitted them. So thank you guys for watching. If you are interested in more videos, please hit subscribe and like the video. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.